Hey, it's Seranna here, and it's June 6, 2010. And we've made it onto the front page of the NT News, and we're talking about how sex workers need brothels in the Northern Territory. The Prostitution Regulation Act here actually bans brothels, which is really scary because brothels are best practice for sex workers, so they can have occupational health and safety just like every other legal profession. We also talked in the news article about registering your personal details with the police. Now, what personal details are we talking here? I think you'd be actually quite surprised how in depth you need to fill out the form. Okay, the form says here, the statutory declaration by a prostitute. I, say Seranna, of address, previously reside at all of the, basically you need to put all the addresses that you've lived for the last 10 years. My married name, my maiden name, my working name, and any nicknames you need to tell the police. You also need to tell them the date of birth, where you were born, and your physical description. How many centimetres tall you are, your weight, your complexion, your colour of your eyes, and the natural hair colour, your present hair colour. What happens, you have to tell them how many wigs you've got. Also, what your following distinguishing features are. These are all the features that you can't advertise in the newspaper when you're trying to advertise your services. So what they're talking about is if you've got incredibly large boobs. No, they're probably talking more about scars, any tattoos that you've got, any piercings, and if you've got outrageous coloured hair or things like that. Also, you need to say if you've been convicted in the last 10 years of committing a serious drug offence, and also which escort agency you'd like to work at. I intend to work as a prostitute for the following escort agencies. The language around this is absolutely horrible. I would really like there to be, the first thing to do is change the laws, change the language that people use and use sex worker instead of prostitute, because there has been a big culture of media using prostitute whenever there's been somebody killed. So I really hate that wording. So these are all of the information that you need to give the Organised Crime Division. There was also a slight history of police wanting to take photos of you because you didn't come out clear enough when they scanned your driver's license or your ID or your passport, which is very scary because legal sex workers will then have a mugshot in the Organised Crime Division even though they're not breaking the law. So these are the things that we want to abolish.
How much does it cost?
Oh, and you have to pay the police to put your name on the register. It's $60, and you cannot deregister, you can only deactivate. That doesn't mean that they take the information on the that doesn't actually explain that they take the information off the system completely. Once it's there, you cannot take it off. If you had to register as a doctor or things like that, you need to pay an annual prescription each year to continue your registration. Not if you're a sex worker in the Northern Territory. Once you're registered for life.
$50.
Oh, and if you want to take it off, well, not really take it off, just kind of think that you're taking it off, you have to pay $50 to deactivate your registration as well. But it will never actually take it all off of the system because you will be previously tagged as a sex worker. Even though apparently it won't say that and the information is strictly limited, yeah, but it will still have it there in their code, whatever their code is, but it won't say that you're a sex worker, but it really will. Anyway, there's a little bit of community education around the wonderful and very disturbing aspects of registration with the police of legal sex workers in the Northern Territory.